So hey guys, I'm back again. I think I found it. I'm not really sure what it is exactly, but I think I found it. Whether that it be capitalized or not sort of remains to be seen. Sounds stupid. But yeah, I'm just walking, and nice. I was not really sure what I'm saying. It's an intro, but I'm back. Thank you, car. And I think this is the house. Not sure what that implies really, but I'm still kind of, see, there it is. I don't know if that entails something or not. I think it's a good find regardless, though. You know, it's not every day you can just, I don't know what it has. You like that cinematography, whatever thing I did in the beginning of the tree? That was nice. I don't know, there's maybe a title there or something. I'm probably gonna record this and then voice over it later for some sort of like background noise cancellation, or, you know, I'm probably gonna imitate what I think, though. I wanna go through here. Digital life. Nice alarm system, I guess. So we can get through here. It's all trees. I don't know if that's a canopy for something. Whether it be for protection or convenience. I don't really know. I'll probably do the voiceover I was referring to later. I want to get inside, because that would be the most appropriate. Is that a bird? See that? Is that a bird? Yeah, it's just a wind, probably. Yeah. Like there's drapes on the inside of the window with the things on the outside as well. I guess that's some sort of metaphor for protection or, again, vigilance. But my job to find out. Hey, well, looking image here, huh? I guess. Why are these leaves and not the clump? See? It's bare. Just all leaf. No growth. I don't know. And I didn't really think I'd go outside to explore, but that's a good idea for me. So I'm gonna probably do that now. Thanks. What I'm doing. Huh. I mean, the front door was open, so I'll probably see if that's an option, but I don't know. Worst case, I can explore. I don't think I'll be interrupted, or I know I won't be interrupted, so there's that. What's that? Swing set. Cool. I ventured back there, but the door's closed, and I can't really go into that. So I guess this is all the space we got. Same with that, all the green stuff in there just kind of, and that's why I'm not really gonna go in that area. Right, you can zoom in, idiot. There you go. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, there's some, is that a table? What is that? Yeah, cheers. Cool. There's like a path there, I guess, too. Yeah, again, not for me, I don't think. Again, pillar imagery is striking, I guess. Alright. Well, hey, let's go through here. Avoiding the door. You gonna go left? Yeah. I just started looking through the camera. That knows why. Wow, that was edgy, dude. Good job. I don't know, I'm gonna probably get like a zoom. I don't want to go in yet. You gotta just get everything you can out here, like some assumptions and stuff. Like, for example, I can assume these trees weren't planted by the people who live here. Or I guess lived. See, look at that. That's a good shot to start off on. Yeah, and now is when we go inside. Probably. Maybe. Yeah. You ever notice the two separate colors there? I always found it interesting because it's not really a line there to separate them, but more of just well, not even a shift, just existence, I guess. How one doesn't really build off the other, but they're just kind of there. And speaking of there, here's that lamp. I tried to really voice this as much as I could. I guess the size of it sort of reflects in the shadow there, which is interesting. Just the shape of, I'm assuming, an upside down bell, which, I mean, reflections or whatever you take that. Yeah, this is the male, I think. It seems more like a catalog though, so it seems like a different sort of, oh hey, a rubber band, that's nice. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Just sort of putting it around and then putting it back, because you don't want to disturb people, and then you got to pat it for safety. Dude, I was cool back here. These glasses, I haven't worn glasses in ever, actually. And if you look through them, I always found glasses kind of weird because just the way they look through it, sort of, I don't want to say alternate dimension or whatever, because that sounds a bit edgy for my taste, but it just seems like it's sort of a different perception rather than not even your own, just the one that you've heard about. This is actually kind of interesting. So this is under male, sort of being used as, I guess, like a rug, not even a rug, just like a cover that you put down when you eat food or something. I guess I'm trying to not laugh right now, trying to undermine my point, but at the same time, that's why I think I'm doing it. I'm just going through mail to see if there's anything interesting. So just to introduce myself and to tell the audience rather than show them, I guess, this is the aforementioned voiceover of this footage. I remember some of this. This was kind of fun for me to go through this stuff. This room's interesting. It's open floor. Shout out to paintings of yourself, I guess. Not sure exactly who those are, but I'm sure that we'll probably get some more clues because it is a house after all. And what is a house? Yeah, okay. That door seems interesting, but it's kind of shut, so I don't really think I can get in, just in general, because I don't really like to open closed doors, if that makes sense. Okay. Shout out to Skull and Crossbones. Like we said, we are edgy in this household, apparently, so I might as well match the vernacular of some sort. Edgy is a word I always found to be sort of... Again, I'm trying so hard not to use the word edgy. I'm just trying to say it seems sort of like too short, I guess. Like, really is a word. It is almost 6 o'clock. Yeah, I can read clocks. I know a lot about clocks. I really don't. Nor how they function, I guess. That's how. This plant's interesting. It's sort of, the feel of it is sort of like you can feel the water almost in it, but, okay, well, shout out to me ripping it there. But it almost seems as if it's almost made to be, I don't want to say torn, but made to be, I guess, observe that there is water in there, which is interesting, at least to me. Not sure about you, but, interesting is as interesting has been, I guess. I never really understood China either. I think it's supposed to signify maybe, not even wealth, just maybe the appearance of an interest, I guess, putting it on display like that. I never really got that either. I feel like if people are actually interested in something, they wouldn't display it. Like if you were trying to work on something, try to improve it, you would keep it hidden, almost like music right now, which I'm assuming is what this guitar is. And just sort of counting the notches at this point. I think I was trying to do something here along the line of like trying to find a sequence of numbers or something here. I thought this was some sort of code, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think that really pans out in anything later, but I think right now, oh, okay. Yeah, so apparently I was tracing the line here, which is interesting because you can actually see it goes up into the window here. And then these lines are sort of fascinating, really, and I keep on using different words for interesting because I want to not use that. But I think that these lines all sort of don't even really connect into each other. They just sort of lead into each other, if that makes sense. Shout out to that as well. It seems like an interesting sticker of, oh, okay, we got a Weeb alert. That's nice. I don't think river monsters are real, let alone deserve to be on a guitar, but I guess nothing else really does either. Huh. A lot of animals, but I'm not really seeing any sort of correlation with like rivers or water or any sort of, maybe even rain at this point. Like, it's different forms of water, different forms of delivery. Maybe that's sort of saying that I guess however you deliver something at the basis, the message is kind of the same. Maybe. Let's figure that out. Yeah, another one, which this one's actually bare of anything, like any sort of direction. It still sounds the same. Yeah, I don't know. I guess someone's in a case, though, so it probably... Does that mean that whatever was outside the case did it? Or what? If it leaves the case, it just kind of gets that, I guess. Huh. So that shadow is actually interesting as well. Just the way it sort of transitions into the light there, which sort of led me to this cabinet just to find. Yeah, I don't think I can open that either because it's closed. Let's just see what's in there. It doesn't appear to be much, but actually at the time I didn't know that there was nothing in there. So I think I kind of just assumed that there was something. So I guess that's a rookie mistake, as they say. And by they, I mean the people who are going to critique this, because, you know, they as a term is just sort of, is inherent, if that makes sense. Air conditioning's dirty. Good job, you guys. Good job, you. I forget if I get a peek in here. I don't think I do because I don't think it's really my space to be in there. So this room's interesting. Fans on. So I guess that means someone's got to be at least in here still because they want to try and keep the temperature habitable of some sort. Oh, yeah, it's a nice painting. I like that. Houses, I guess. Or maybe like abstract buildings. That's really what houses are, though. I need to stop defining the word home. Huh. Give me a second here. I want to see exactly what is written. No, it's just a stain. Okay. Huh. Stars of, I guess, is that marker paint? Again, I can't really sort of tell the difference in general, let alone like in a specific point right now, of course. Yeah, right now, so the laptop is plugged in, so we know that there is at least something that is on there that's worth keeping at like a readily available pace. So that can probably lead to something a bit later, maybe. Maybe just for something which is accessed, just in general, because you need to access things that are not accessible, I guess. I guess that'd be the way to phrase that. Just sort of, right now I'm trying to get a sort of like a sit-down usage perspective of this room, you know, if you're actually using it, because hell if I know what exactly the, I guess, range is of this. Huh. So right now I think I'm trying to just sort of trace the line because I'm kind of confused at this point. I think I'm going to at least try and get something out of this. Okay, let's see what this remote does. I assumed it was the fan. I assumed wrong. How is that? Okay. Oh yeah, no, I actually noticed here the frame is very much decorated, unlike the actual picture, which is actually kind of faded, which I found to be sort of significant of not even outward appearances, just appearance in general versus the actual utility of something. So I seem to well be interested in this lamp. I guess lamps are kind of cool if you really think about it. Yeah, that made really funny content. Thank you, me. Oh, okay, so the light work. Okay, hold on. So the light works where the fan doesn't turn off. That kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, I guess it does. A tassel on a drawer. That seems kind of not even useless. Just like a decoration. I feel like that's almost worse at that point. So is that so this is a fireplace, which I found, but it was, if I remember correctly, it was actually pretty cold in here when I went in there. So I'm assuming that hasn't been used, but the fan was on, so that could signify that I guess the temperature around sort of changes pretty frequently, rather than like just sort of using both at the same time. One sort of takes precedent over the other. So I feel like that in itself is a good concept, at least in general. And there's also a guard there, so I'm not sure if they have that there while it's running or while it's off. So I think that might, these horses are painted, right? Alright. Bookshelves seems like actually an interesting layering of these bookshelves. They seem to be sort of even on the bottom, but as they get higher, they sort of seem to stagnate and alternate stuff. I can't really read those words except for, I guess, right now I'm just sort of focused on the shape of it. So I'm sort of just following this, and we'll see where this leads me. I think it should lead, if I go just a bit. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't think that really sort of goes in. Hey, not all shapes go somewhere, except for lines. You know, some lines form shapes, and that's really what they all are. Is this anything? I forget. No, I don't think this really amounts to much. Just in general. Yeah, undermine yourself. That's the way to get it. There you go. Oh, there's a drill there by the alcohol. Alright. That's a talk about a mixed drink, I guess. Hey, chandelier, actually. Why is that there? This seems like a useful, like, room in the house. You know, it seems like something that would be used often, so I'm kind of confused why chandelier would be there. Just in the sense of, like, decoration, again, versus utility. I'm fairly certain that it shouldn't like be especially up where you'd have to look up to get it to it willingly. Okay. So then I think this is to scale actually, which makes it kind of more confusing because that room over there I'm fairly certain was used primarily for decoration versus this one, which was used for use. But it seems like the doorway here is bigger rather than, I guess, the more accessible outward area. These glasses as well are like not really moved. They're all like too perfect almost. So that makes me assume that this is also in appearance. But I'm confused because the drill implies that a lot of things have been done in here. And then there's wax all the way around this bottle. It's like, yeah, it's not even a tab. It's just sort of there. So I'm assuming this sort of, let's see if this even runs, because I feel like if it does, then that means it. Yeah, okay. So I guess this is a sort of, not even a mix of both, just like separate, I guess, usages for the same space. If that's really the best way to look at it. Huh. Oh, there's stairs, okay. Well, that'll pad out the runtime, I guess, for you. Alright, so we should probably look behind here, see if there's anything. Okay, well then, I guess I'm lucky with that one. Yeah, I guess we should probably head into another room, just for now, just to see if there's anything more that can, I guess, connect to what we already found, rather than expand new pathways, because that's hopeful. But that usually is not what ends up happening. Yeah, let's try and open up these closets. Okay, yeah, these are closets, actually. Yeah, it's just a bit too dark for me to make out. Like, I'm assuming these are towels, just because the top row is like a white sort of fluffy thing. So I assume that the rest of these are indeed towels. of various sizes and shapes. What the fuck other shape would a towel be? Okay. Huh. So do you think that, I guess the fact that there's not light in here probably signifies that either the people are already so used to using it they don't really need that. I'll say thanks for the thumbs up me. But I do think that either that or whatever's in there probably doesn't need to be outrightly seen to be used. So it's either one of those two. So hey man, we're painting a picture of these characters, I guess. Or I guess we're trying to find. Does that unscrew? No. Okay, so we have a towel rack as well. Wait, so I guess the other ones were storage then. I guess that probably makes a bit more sense why they were darker and not, I guess, immediately accessible. And the doorknob, huh. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. So we have an outlet here on the other side of the, okay, that doesn't, alright, I'm not sure you want to have a tripwire by the toilet, but if you really want to. And of course the door shuts it out. Nice. So these all seem to be, I guess, products. I'm assuming, again, bath products, but they're all right by the door, which seems almost as if you want to use them when you're, like, I guess, not in this room. Like these seem to be things that you would need, like, to get specifically, so you don't want them to interrupt whoever's using this room, which is interesting. And this is just calm. So I guess we're getting really creative with our descriptions nowadays. And of course you gotta pat it, dude. You're always gonna leave it where it lies, I guess. Oh yeah, I like that wiggle. It was a good wiggle by me. Does this do anything? I'm assuming not, because the other one didn't. Besides the light. Light doesn't. Oh, the light didn't actually do anything this time, but the remote went off. Huh. Sorry, I think I thought I heard something there. But we'll figure out how to word that sentence first and then try and see what it means. Huh. Okay. So there's 4 lights individually. And they go on. Yeah, there's also a mirror there, which I don't think the light can actually reflect onto. So that might just be for, again, I think that might be for a different usage than the mirror itself. As well as we can see a bigger cabinet in the mirror. So I think that's probably the one which they use here. Just basing off the past experience. As well as we can see in the backyard, which seems a bit, is that wood? That's a lot of wood. Okay. I guess that can be either having an excess, or I guess a surplus, if you will, of resources and things, or just passing the time. What exactly is that? It's by the air conditioning, but it's also a heater. And there's also a weight scale with all 3. I'm assuming not in order, just sort of thrown about, just because the weight kind of throws off the whole temperature motif. I guess not even motif, it'd be more of a pattern, because there is a difference. Yeah, I think I was actually tempted to test my weight here, but I was like, nah, like a G. Huh. That is a letter. It seems to be inside the shower. Yeah, it just seems like it's sort of normal-ish shower, although there is a fine abundance of bath products that makes me assume that more than one person uses it, because no person needs 2 containers of body soap, and that's a facet. That's horse shampoo. Okay. Is that like a thing that people do now? They use horse shampoo? They think, like, they take the term a mane of hair literally? Alright. If you really want to base that on a saying, go for it. Your whole life, that is. Yeah, I think this is the main one, but it seems like more of the same product. Anything? Okay, that's more magazines. Alright. Another magazine container, even. Okay, so let's head into what I can assume is the bedroom, because it's a room with a bed in it. Dipshit. But yeah, it's weird. It seems like some of these corners are just like a bit too dark for me to see into them, like just a bit. Like I can sort of see, like I can sort of assume what's there, but I can't really like see it. I don't even say in detail, but just see it as it's being, I I guess, use, but there's also a light shade here, so that implies that there's something actively blocking the light from seeing into it. And of course, by light, I don't mean like the actual like object of light, but rather the concept of light, if that makes sense. There seems to be a cup here. Let's see, can that make it? Okay, that wiggles, doesn't make any sound. Yeah, it seems to still be water in it. So I guess maybe it's there to drink later rather than like an interruption. And that just doesn't seem to work either. I mean, hey, it can be kind of difficult to see exactly that people live, I guess, in their, I don't want to say core, but almost sort of their main area. Because I guess they're just so used to living. Also, I'm not going to go back there because, again, I think the door is closed. But, I mean, it's whatever you, really whatever you are used to, that sort of ends up being what not even distracts you, but really just sort of what keeps you going, I guess. It seems like to be a bunch of wires. Interesting. I don't think they're lines, though. I think they're just sort of, yeah, they're just sort of wires there. Okay. Yeah, no, I can't read that either. Cool. Yep. You gotta give it the extra pad. That's what I like to call that. The like extra pad. Because it's like the pad. Fuck it. Is that exercise equipment? It seems like almost. This seems kind of. This whole room is kind of odd. What's in? Okay. I guess that's the backyard that we were missing. That's hell of a solid yard. So there's a pipe that's also supporting. Is that a jacket or a coat? I'm not really sure what the difference is there. So as I was saying, I think this whole room just looks sort of, not even looks, it just feels sort of strange, if that makes sense. Like it's sort of an addition to something rather than like part of the original plan. But at the same time, it feels like it's the oldest thing here. If that if that can be conveyed in any amount of words, I think that was probably the best attempt at it. Huh. So, yeah. There's 5 lights, all different colors, but all have the same light bulb. And I assume if I can trace something here, that they'll all sort of, again, have that same additive quantity I talked about. And I meant to say quantity there, not quality, because I do think it has something to do with these numbers. And then so they all sort of seem to converge in here. And I'm assuming that the wires are wrapped around rather than just put straight down. To sort of, I guess, tighten that area. And that sort of leads to this, which just seems to be a power cord, sort of extender. So that's interesting. It seems like they're teaming up and going into a central sort of, not even hub, just a central connection point to sort of connect to others rather than connect to themselves. Huh. See, I keep on saying huh, to try to say interesting, but I feel like I'm going to end up saying that more. Again, another closed door, so we're just probably going to ignore that. Just a little bit. Is that another light? I just realized that. Okay. Seems to be a dental bag. And so what is the connection with everything in here? It's just like dental things, I guess, spoken. No, I don't think you probably clean what you say. Alright, is it, the suitcase is there, but it feels empty. Okay. Yeah, definitely, but it can also travel pretty well, because it seems light enough to carry, so it would imply that there is something to go in it. So, yeah, now there's nothing in there. Yet it's packed by the door / staircase entrance. Like it's either about to leave or it's about to go up. But, yeah, the line does connect though, so I guess it's supposed to be there. And let's see what's up here. So these stairs are actually interesting. They have a wooden top that sort of extends outward from the base. So that sort of implies that they are separate, plus the colors on them as well. Although I'm pretty sure you all are tired of hearing about colors at this point. Yeah, let's probably go. I want to say go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely go right here, I think. Huh? Is that an air? Is that a sleeping bed? I think that's what they're called here. Yeah. But it's closed tight and not really. It seems like it's sort of just meant to be here rather than be used. So I'm not sure if, again, it's just sort of preparing for, oh, hey, if I need to leave and use it somewhere else rather than here. So I'm assuming that applies that there's more beds up here then. If it's packed up and just in the middle of the floor, and I think this line might lead us towards something. I wanted to imply that the bed was there, but at this point I'm not actually sure. And then this says Squid Kid. Nice fucking reference, dude. I appreciate it. Okay, so the closer you get to this edge, it actually gets darker, which is interesting, because I didn't think that's how light worked. But apparently it does. Or maybe I'm just dumb, and you're not supposed to dive headfirst into things and expect it to be brighter. Wow, this is a mess. This seems, you remember that concept I talked about earlier about like living inside your own area? Yeah, I think this is a fine example of this. This is, there's a lot of, why is there a separate mirror there? I think that should be a question that people ask when they see this. Okay, it seems to be a fairly obvious line. See, that's what I'm saying. These colors actually have a line in between them, that little like speck of pure white that separates them. That's what I was sort of referring to as a foil earlier. So I do find that interesting now that we're higher, that there's a definite separation between the two colors, as well as like not even they're existing separating each other, but like something there to divide them, or I guess not even divide them, just more of identify them. I also shot out of the toilet. Yeah, I guess that's where I was just a little bit ago. I could actually see it pretty clear from up here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head out of here for now. Oh boy, yeah. Well, I can see. I could assume this room is shared by the other one, the person who's actually in that bathroom, because this it has the same interior stylings as they say. I think. I would say, hey, you know what? Glasses on a lamp. I do enjoy that. I think I do, at least. Yeah, okay, I do. Cool. A lot of metals, I feel like, and they're definitely being not even displayed, but just more of like, you see how they're put out. They're put in a way to, I guess, please how they look, separate from how they look, if that makes sense. And another light. I think that's 3 now, which, yeah, no, there seems to be a lot of just like things in here. Like for example, like look at this cup. It's just sort of put there, and I don't think it's actually ever been drinking out of. It's just sort of there. But I did see it though, so I do think that might be one use. I'm trying to figure out how this connects, just because I'm treating this as, yeah, okay, this is, I think that's the same person that was on the painting downstairs. I'm sort of treating this as, I guess, different people, because it is a house, after all, identified by the bedroom. Hold on, I think I may have gotten something here. So that's actually interesting. The line extends onto the, I don't want to call it trash, but it sort of extends onto everything, rather than adds, which I think we tried to develop on. Hold on. So I guess someone named Daniel, and he is, there you go, he's, alright, well, I guess they have the concept of that, whoever's here, that is, and I don't know who that is, nor his reasoning, but I feel like I don't want to be fucking involved with that. Keyboard, that's, Seems to be more like a table though. Huh. Yeah, no, it's not plugged in. And another rubber band. Huh, yeah, I think this sort of confirms my idea earlier that I had, that it seems to be this sort of stuff, if that makes sense. Like, there just seems to be a lot of things, and not even things, just a lot of, I don't want to say displays either, because there's nothing in here. Yeah, like, what does this have to do with anything? These don't connect into each other besides the fact that they are here and are also put up, as in, like, they were put here for a specific reason. Like, there's a definite format to this, like, in where they're placed, but the objects themselves don't have, I guess, not even context. Yeah, they don't have context, exactly. So, it kind of shits on my reason for being here, I guess, but that may just be an inception. So let's just follow the line, as well I say. That's an interesting pattern. It sort of goes back onto itself to go places. And this seems to be a door hinge, but it has two ends to it, rather than like an entrance and an exit. Like for the screw, obviously not for a fucking person. That'd be kind of flawed in your logic there. But, So another light, dude. That's it's not interesting. That's just kind of apparent, I guess. I think it feels like it's something I have to point out because it's a commodity rather than, I guess, normal. And yeah, I guess a dollhouse. But this seems a bit different than that room. I think that it seems a lot more organized. So I don't know if this is storage, like the thing back downstairs, or what. This seems, I guess, it seems to be a bit more used. So let's see if we can probably trace something from it. Oh, that's actually a nice extension. I like that. Although I did get a bit sloppy here, and it ends up with a circle converging at a point. Let's see what that is. It's nothing. Nice. Yeah, they all just sort of tie together, but then there's nothing there to tie to, I guess. And then now it seems to be around 9 o'clock, so I've been here for a little bit. But I'm going to probably, again, I don't think I'll be interrupted. Or again, as I said, I know I won't be interrupted. Used to be a kaleidoscope, I think these are called. Yeah, we can, yeah, I can definitely, I don't know if you can see through it, but I definitely can right now. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we can both see it. Yeah, it's a scope that, ow, thanks me. It's definitely turning. Yeah, let's make sure to put it back, dude. I'm telling you, that's like the most important part of the job. And by the job, I mean my own interests, because I feel like I confuse those a lot. All right, then I think it's finally time to go into this room, which I feel like this one is gonna be similar to the last one, just based on format of all the other rooms. And this light switch actually works now, which is cool, I guess. Is that a golden plate? Yeah, definitely the same format of displays. Okay, the fan isn't on up here, which is interesting. Is that a crack in the wall or no? I think that's the first curve I've actually seen. And then that leads into a chair. But I'm not sure exactly what type of chair this is. It seems to be like really beaten up on the bottom. Yeah, there's not even a hole, just a divot in it. And there's yep, can't go in closed doors, you know me. And then, what is this? It's a wasp and hornet killer. So that's more of a, is that a wire? But it's still sealed. Like, why do you have this up here? it's just gonna be sealed and not used when it's by a machine. Like, you have everything here, but you're just not using it. Or maybe it's that you can't put them, because like, it's not even a risk of putting them together or connecting them. It's just they're being separate, and you're not even attempting to connect them, which is odd. And of course, by you, I'm referring to like the hypothetical here as opposed to the actual you. But I figured you would know that if anyone. Huh. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be any plug-ins either. Which would imply there's a battery, but it feels a bit too heavy for that. Like it's actual like metal and like I guess a poly something. I think the polys are the only part that really matters of that word though. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, this seems to just be something that's used for measuring rather than, I guess, observing. Yeah, I gotta pat that, of course. Classic, as they say. Again, I think they are the classic in that point. Okay. That's a bit discerning. And that is, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say what that is. Huh. Okay. That's, that for those, I guess, who don't, I mean, you know me though, so I shouldn't have to explain that. It seems to be stained. Oh, there's a trash, but it seems almost like a liquid stain. I'm assuming maybe they missed the trash can, or maybe, but it looks too old for the trash can. Seems a bit newer than. Okay, that's why. Okay. I'm not trying to like say nothing here. I'm just trying to process this all before I say it. I'm sort of having trouble with that, as well as not going in that door. At least I'm consistent with that, if anything. I mean, that seems to be a consistency inside here. Is closed doors. But why would you need a separate computer from my laptop? Why would you? There's a biology textbook with coins. I don't think you're gonna use biology to get that type of money. Yeah, I don't think it really spells anything. I don't really need to try that. But I mean, I gotta put it back, I guess. Why are those two things consistent out of everything here? Yeah, I mean, that works. It's a CD player. I'd assume it works. Is it plugged in? Yeah, no, I think it's a cord that's actually attached to it that can't really come out. So, yeah, no, it's also a cassette player, but that's what I'm saying. There's both of them here, and neither of them are plugged in. So I'm not really sure exactly what that would imply, because again, I'm assuming this is a different person's room from the last one, even though there wasn't much to go off of in the last one. We're gonna ignore all that for now. And yeah, see, this light switch does work. I think this is one of the first ones that actually does. Huh. And that's a crack in the... No, it's not a crack in the wall. Yeah, but there's a button here. So... Huh, but that one's also booting up rather than, I guess, going. And there's... Let me try and see if I can get something here. Is that a... Hold on. Yeah, is that a strip? That's just like a strip of marble adjacent to the tile. Again, and there's also a different colored tile there, so I'm assuming that is either used because they both just like how it looks, or no, it feels different too. So I think that would imply that they maybe preferred the feel of that but didn't have enough. Or maybe that is enough. I'm not exactly sure what the standard is here. But the colors also feel the same. But there's also a rug here on top of tile, so that kind of defeats the fucking purpose of tile. Okay. And then that lantern is also sort of misshaped not maybe misaligned, I guess. And it doesn't seem to work because of that misalignment. I don't know, I'm not really sure how to base this, but I feel like it would work if it was aligned properly. But alignment, of course, being in respect to the other one, but yeah, okay, so that one doesn't work, but that one does. It seems like there's a lot of lamps here, but only one really needs to be on to work. Huh. Well, if I'm gonna use interesting, might as well use it there, you know. Yeah, it seems like there's just a lot of products here, but the way that they're either squeezed or half used makes me, and like see, there's an open box there that makes me assume that they are actually being used, as compared to the other ones. So why is there just a ring of rust around a lava lamp, and why is there a lava lamp to begin with in a bathroom? I feel like, again, it didn't turn on earlier, so I guess that fits the whole lamp theme of this fucking architect's dream house, I guess. That's what you would call it. Yeah, more flies. Or I guess gnats, or, I mean, insects in general are kind of fit into that same meaning, I guess. There's not really a difference between a gnat and a fly. And yep, hey, you know what? You flush the toilets. That's a good thing. Okay, so his... I don't want to use his... Their products are on the floor rather than the shelves of the other one's designs. That makes me think that the person who designed this is different from the person who designed it down there, and I don't want to associate them with the people living here either, because I don't really think that's confirmed if that's the same person, or I guess group of people. Just, I think as a general rule, it's good to separate those two. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe try and okay, nail clipper. As I'm saying, like, this stuff seems normal for a bathroom, like based on the average of, I guess, usage of these products as compared to some of the other rooms. So I think this seems just a bit more appropriate. And it has these coins though, but these are pennies. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to try and assign symbolism to that, as I said before. But why do I keep referencing myself? I don't think... Is that really a reference then, or is that just sort of like a insight, as they say, like an insightful comment? Yeah, see, box is... Yeah, it's empty. I think, yeah, it's definitely empty, but it's still there, though, so that... See, that makes me think that it's being used for something. Now that it's here with the rest of these things. Like, look, see how this is squeezed? This is... Gotta put the back up, though, because, you know... Thank you. And I think that box is being used for something, but I'm not... I don't really think I have a definition to give it. And then... That's weird. That corner seems a bit sort of like the other room, though. Where it seems like they're just there, not really being used, more if anything for storage. So, like, see, even this trash can looks used, and that's just like, yeah. Glad that could confirm my suspicions. Alright, that's a good drawing. Whoever did that is probably at least somewhat skilled. And, you know, I'm kind of confused by the sense of fashion here, because we got like mostly muted colors and just like solid blue, gold, and I guess like a neon gold on the left. So I'm not exactly sure how. And now we have like a faded neon, and it's puffy. And yeah, all these seem to be different textures too, like regardless of color. So that seems a bit on the nose there. Yeah, see, like, that one's loose, and then, but it has this aspect which is like sort of slick and I guess printed on, like it's on top of a soft thing rather than like its own separate slick part. So I'm not sure exactly how you justify that, but hey, I mean, if you can, go for it. Alright, yeah, I think we should probably start heading into here now, and I feel like we're gonna have a lot. Yeah, this is wow. Yeah, I don't really think I could describe that. Yeah, I guess we'll start over here. Let's see for just a minute. See, this line's actually interesting to me because to continue, I guess, the path to follow, it's involving things that are coming up covering up the entrance to something. And it's another light. Hold on. While he's speaking of light, here's a lighter. That's it. Anyway, I guess it runs, but kind of barely. Kind of needs. Can you even refuel these? I'm not sure. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to not even process this. Just trying to, I guess, see it in general, really. Now this, I'm assuming that it's sort of like a rest for something, even though there's an incense case right there, and it doesn't look used. So, okay, I guess we found the weeb. I mean, hey, you know what? Good taste in cookies. I can allow that. And they seems to be speakers, I think. Although it kind of looks like they're more used for like putting things in rather than that point. Okay, yeah, this is kind of just garbage. It seems like mailers, and just either just a lot of cardboard and plastic. But I'm not really sure how shrink wrap would go with like a packages things, because you don't really wrap those, I think. And it doesn't look like anything like that was in them is still there. So there's a hat here that says "to dimes." With I think, is that a cactus? It's a cactus. Okay. Thanks for that, me. That was an astute observation. They seem to be, I guess, you wouldn't call these crates because they're like plastic, but I guess sort of crates. And then books as well. And then, yeah, thumbs up to that book. I guess I like that book, I think. Yeah, just, I guess a lot of books on the bottom. And it seems like, I think those books might be different on the left just because there's space left in that bookcase. So I think that's probably a different layer. Here's the incense that went with dragon blood. Huh. Okay. Hey, that's a good painting. I wonder who did that one. I would assume the person in here, but I don't really see, like, besides, I guess, another painting, I don't really see a lot of, like, displayed of, I guess, the person's own work, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna process. Yeah, good book as well. Yeah. I know I got good taste. Or at least I think I do. Hey, that's, another good book, I guess. Yeah, no, hold on. I think it's kind of weird that there's, like, a section of whole books. I'm assuming it's full. Then just a section of, like, other books that I'm assuming just didn't have room for. But then there's the thing in the middle, which seems kind of different. But I don't really think I'm going to comment on that, because apparently I'm not interested. Okay. Shout out to the prayer candles, I guess. Huh. That's really the only word I can use to decide. It's just like a mildly interested, mildly resound, you know? Hey, that's a good band. Although that album, it's not like my particular favorite. You know, it's still good. Great even, but you know, just not my favorite. A wheelchair though. Let's see where this goes. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely chairing right now. There, I guess whatever verb, like, what is there a verb for, like, going in a wheelchair? I guess going in a wheelchair would be the verb. Fucking idiot. All right. So this line actually seems a lot more solid than the rest of them. So I'd assume that just sort of, they're kind of just flat right now. They're just sort of put on there. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem to be, like, extending to anything. Let's see what's over here. I think these are some more albums. Let's see kind of what they are. For a minute, kind of dark though, so I'm not entirely sure. What is that? Is this a light? Hold on. Yeah, it's a light. This one actually works. Cool. That one doesn't. Anyway, on to. Hey, you know what? This guy, whoever this person is, this person has pretty decent music taste. And that's all I can really say about that without going into a bit more specificity, a bit more being a bit too specific than I want to be, I guess. Mixing board with only one input on? Okay. Why have a mixing board? Oh, okay, never mind. You have multiple plugins. These just aren't on, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either, apparently. Yeah, but this guy's a fan, but he has kind of a weird taste in posters, I guess. Because I don't think you got the stickers with the album, that album, at least when you ordered it. But I don't know. Shirt. It looks like in a rubber band, so it hasn't been worn. So I guess it's kind of there just for the purpose of having it. I put it back, of course. Almost forgot. I would never forget that, you know. So this speaker seems, I guess, hooked in compared to the other one because there wasn't really a wire, and there is on this one. So I don't know, really. I kind of forgot what this display looked like. Just because I feel like it was a bit different, but I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, I think, is that an amp? I'd imagine that's an amp because the other two are just players, and you can't really play music without an amp, because who else would hear it? Yeah, let's just see where we go from here, I guess. Yeah, this line is definitely a bit more disjointed, if you see what I'm saying. And wow, that's actually a really cool connection. I didn't notice that. Good job, me. And then this will go here. Okay, I would expect it to split there, like with the TV, but no. We're good. I guess I know best. Yeah, let's see if this does anything. Yeah, we know our luck with the remote light switches. Oh, hey, this one actually does. So I guess I have to retry. Hey, is that more gizzard? Yeah. Okay. My man knows what's up, I guess. I guess we're following another line. And this one will go to a coat hanger. Okay. I guess I'm interested in that. And that empty hamper with only one pair of clothes, so that'll probably signify something or other. Yeah, no, hold on, I don't think this line is gonna go anywhere, but let me try this one. Yeah, there we go. I think now we're getting somewhere, as well I say. Even though I probably wouldn't say that. I think it's saying it wants me to take a more in-depth explanation of these albums, I guess. Maybe if I ever decide to go over there we go. Yeah, I guess we can look through. This is the William Bonney record, by the way. All 10, pretty good. At least in my personal opinion. Not sure about this one, though. That one I feel like I wouldn't listen to. Nor that one, because that one seems kind of like a... I don't know, that one looks kind of familiar, though. I'm not sure exactly. And there's more behind them. I guess that makes sense. You wouldn't just display music like that unless you kind of... I'm assuming it's for storage, actually, now that I see it. I'd imagine this person, or whoever this mystery being may be, with great music taste would probably not want to display them rather than just put them somewhere when they're not being used, I guess. Let's see here. There's a lot of lines in this room, though, a lot more than I think we've seen, so that's probably good enough for, I guess, because this is the last room, right? Besides this is the last room, I think, so we're probably going to get some, not connecting pieces, obviously, but some, I guess, more additional context to other things. Yeah, man, this person just lives by, pop culture and stuff, jeez. It's just, I want to say these are reminders, I guess, not even, because I feel like if you buy something and put it, you're displaying it and not buying it to, oh, nice, good job, me, not getting it to, I guess, elaborate on or learn from more. So I'm not exactly, oh, hey, signature, that's always a good sign. So yeah, these seems more like memories then, if that's a signature, rather than, something else. Anything back here, or just cardboard? Okay. Yeah, I guess I wonder why there's more trash on the bed though. So I guess I'm not curious about that, but let's see what. I'm trying to get a line here. I think. Okay, that's nice. Let's see what's that then. No, I guess this is a remote because it's not working apparently. Anything in there? Yeah, I don't think there's much of notice here. You know, it just kind of looks like, this kind of looks like, I guess. Huh. I'll speak of a viewpoint. Oh, these would have been kind of useful earlier, I guess. Huh. Yeah, didn't know they had this make or model, I guess, however you'd phrase it. It's also Bluetooth. Wow. Huh. Although I guess these are a bit more noticeable. But hey. And there seems to be stains though, so I'm just gonna pat this. Yeah, I know I was gonna pat it. Thank you. And yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Hold on. This line seems like a bit more organic than the rest of them. If that makes sense. Like like the rest of them seem like they were just kind of there, like put previously. But this one seems more of like a formation of habit, I guess is how to like describe it. Yeah, that's definitely not a bird. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of weird. There's a screen in front of the window, or instead of, behind it, because you would probably trust a window to keep some stuff out of. Well, I guess if you want to get rid of cracks, yeah, I never was good at the Zen rollover. Hey, I can throw it though, and that's all that really matters, So it's just, yeah, and I'm really having fun with this, aren't I? I think I saw my skateboard here somewhere, but at this point it doesn't really matter, I guess. Hold on, let's see what else we can find here. Is there anything to find? Hold on. No, I guess there was something to find. Is that? I guess that's between the screen and the window. Is that I don't want to say it's just life because it obviously is something. It is like a subculture of life, say it. But it something chili powder. Nice. Beside the bed, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, this seems more in line with the, like, I guess, placed objects structure of the last room, but I don't know, it's weird. This one seems like all these have a purpose for being here rather than, like, just sort of being thrown in there. Like, this isn't just being used for storage besides the, like, actual storage, but it seems like everything's here, like, it's being used regularly. So, and it's just kind of thrown about because the person's used to, I guess, using them in that area. Hold on. I guess we haven't really. Oh, I switched. Nice. Guess we haven't really talked about this center area. There's, that's the box, I guess. So, yeah, that looks sort of, I guess, newer than the rest of things. So I guess the person just unpacked it beforehand. Yeah, I don't want to step on that, I guess. Because, we don't want it to start recording or anything. Hold on. It seems like, I don't want to say this is a setup, but it almost seems like one. Especially with that. Hold on. Hold on to, I guess, the door. It's probably the best thing to hold on to. And again, I'm using that only just for not for the lack of a word, just the basic statement of There seems, I guess that's I guess if you were to record, might as well be in there. Yeah, I think that should be about it, just in general, I guess. So I'm gonna hold on. Now, why would you choose to defend yourself with that? Life's been glared by the rain, born and told that I see. My efforts all that I treat. So what's my problem? Who's leading me? My motivation, the driving theme. I should cease mine now. I should be time. But the story I died for still isn't mine. Some believe in written stories and the ghost that they won't need. I know that I should tear my script if I would just embrace cliche. Mirror, mirror, retell my story. Can I stop my scrawl? Years of plot, but I have found setups and dreams act as a sound. When my removal's all I loan, the safest place becomes unknown. And my own payment to trust my growth, and every ending is pushed with rope, and track by track now, reassured by rate, I'm slowly learning, meant fade away. Some believe in their own stories and the most that they will be. I want to know that I can note if I will stop and picture me. Mirror, mirror, I'll tell you just one thing. I think I might